Would you like to know what my favorite art supplies of 2023 were? Then stay tuned and keep watching. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Oh, I'm so excited to film this video today because it's December, I have my Christmas sweater on and we are having a heavy snowfall. I haven't seen anything like this here for a couple of years now. I don't know, maybe around 5 years. So it's just so cozy and nice and Christmassy, and I thought it would be perfect time to share my favorite art supplies of 2023. However, before we begin, I would like to make a note that the art supplies that I mentioned last year, I'm still using them this year and a lot. So for this video, I picked the art supplies that are kind of new or new to me that I've been using this year, but I'm still very actively using the art supplies that I mentioned last year, like for example, my favorite Bauhong paper or Inktense pencils. So if you're curious about my art supplies from the last year, then make sure you watch my video from the last year, and I will leave the link down below in the description. But so, let's begin. And the first art supply I would like to start with is Sinelli Old Pastels. I have already mentioned them last year because I picked a few colors here and there, but this year I actually got more colors because I really enjoy using this medium. It's just such a pleasure to hold it in hand and create something with it. And I'm yet to master it. Yeah, you can see blue is my favorite color. So I'm yet to master it, but it's so nice and I love this set. I think it has all the colors that I need, at least at this stage, more or less. And yeah, it's just perfect. I like it very much and I'm so very happy that I got it. The next art supply is this kit from Staedtler, and this is 6 pencils with Mars Lumograph. I just started paying more attention to drawing and to the values in my drawings, especially when I make thumbnails for my future paintings, because I have noticed how much it helps me to make a better painting. And I also noticed that I generally sometimes just want to draw. I don't always want to use color. There's something very special about drawings. So I picked up this set and I think it's wonderful. It has a range from HB to 8B and it's just beautiful, lovely little set. And here I did replace one of the pencils with this one is Kohinoor Hardmouth Progresso 8B, because I just really like making like large areas of paper dark, or if I need to, for example, it's a little bit easier to do it with this one, but it's not like there's anything wrong with this set, and I like it very much. It's wonderful. It's very compact, so if you have a sketchbook and this set of pencils, you're good to go. The next art supply is this set from Derwent, and you can take a look. There is a first impression of the set on my YouTube channel. I will also leave a link down below. And when I just tried it, I wasn't quite sure about it, as you will see in the video, because it is different from watercolors. It doesn't behave 100% like watercolors. So it took me some adjustment, but I can tell you I absolutely love this set. Now that I used it more, I love the colors. I think it is a perfect spring summer palette, maybe for winter as well. But especially in the summer, I used it quite a lot, and it's, you know, the plastic is very good quality and it's light, and yeah, it's quite amazing. And here there was also a water brush in the set, but I usually take a different water brush with me. So this water brush I reused for something else that I will probably tell you about next year. We'll see. But yeah, this Derwent Inktense Paint Pen Pocket Set Palette number 1 is just wonderful. And they're so buttery and smooth, and you can control the flow. And the fact that they dry almost fast, because they say that they just dry and then you cannot re-wet the color. That's not entirely true. You can re-wet a little bit, so keep that in mind. But it's definitely a different feeling from watercolors. So I just love it, and I think it is amazing if you're doing some sketches outside, when you would actually like, or just some, not outside, but just some very quick sketches where you would like to have more control over the paint and how it dries and how it flows. And it's just wonderful. And the color selection is absolutely beautiful. And it's just such a joy to see when I use the colors more or less, how to say, you know, it's only, let's say, blue that you can see, like I really use that a lot, and black that I barely use because I usually don't use it in my paintings. But yeah, depends on the situation. But other than that, I've used all the colors, so I really like that. I don't have a feeling like, oh, I'm gonna run out of this color, very soon, while I have the whole palette full. So I don't have it, and I think it's just wonderful. And yeah, I love the box, I love the paints, it's amazing quality. So yeah, really, really, really nice art supply. And now let's move to watercolors. And my favorite art supply of this year is this set from Core, and it's called Earth Colors. And I wanted it for a while because, I love painting landscapes, and I also love Core paints. They are a little bit difficult to control sometimes because they flow so much, but it's a beautiful quality. The colors are so bright, and I think that Core, they are especially good at making their palettes, at choosing the colors for their palettes. It's just incredible. Because if you have seen any of my other videos, then you do already know that I absolutely love this travel palette from Core. I've been using it already for a few years, and I have already refilled some of the colors with the Core paints. It actually, this palette that started my love for the Core watercolors, and I think that the selection here is absolutely marvelous. So if you want to try Core paints or watercolors, then I can highly recommend it. Though do please check the price, because I don't know what's going on, but when I bought it, and I remember it was in 2020, the price for this palette was literally twice less. Now this palette costs twice more. I don't know if it's just where I live or if it's everywhere, but that's, my only consideration, because even though I do love it, I'm not sure I would have paid what it costs now. However, it seems that this sets, they're still kind of okay priced. Of course, everything is relative depending on where you are. So check your local art stores and feel free to support your, local producers. But I really wanted this set for a very, very long time. So I actually waited till there was a discount in the art store where I shop, and I didn't have most of the colors that are here. And in this set we have, let me see, we have Naples yellow. I didn't have it from Core. I did have sub green, indigo. I didn't have indigo. Transparent brown oxide, I had it. Then Venetian red I didn't have, and raw umber I also didn't have. So I had 2 colors out of 6 colors from here only, but I decided that's fine because I use lots of sub green all the time, and I use transparent brown oxide also as well all the time. This is 2 of probably like some of my favorites colors in the Core range, so that's perfectly fine. I knew they were going to be used. And then 4 new colors for me, and like maybe not, how to say, not totally new. I've tried them in other brands, but I haven't tried them from Core. So I really, really wanted this set, and oh, it did not disappoint. First of all, I love the packaging. It's just, it's Core. I really like it that it's so versatile, because this one can be very nicely used as a palette. As you can see, I have done it. And here you can store your paints. And first I thought to remove it, and yeah, I will see. But you see, there is this sticky tag that's left there, and that's because I had full pens there that now moved here. So this is one of my favorite go-to travel art sets, because I believe that these 6 colors from Core, and they're here in the full pens, it's more than enough for any landscape or urban sketch. I don't know, please tell me if you think I'm wrong, but I like having more colors, and I did add 2 more colors here, and this is Nickel Azo Yellow and Quinacridone Magenta, but that's more because I had the space for 2 colors, and I thought that if I want to go a little bit brighter, let's say for some botanicals, because I don't know why, but I still try to paint roses. I'm so bad at painting flowers, but I really try to paint them better. So this was the thought behind it. But other than that, I actually almost never deep into this too. Like seriously, never, because this 6 colors is enough, and I can show you. For example, this is the painting that I've made with this set. And the process of this painting is actually my YouTube channel, so make sure that you take a look if you're curious how to paint this, you know, very loose, very easy watercolor landscape with fluffy clouds. So I will also leave a link down below, so don't worry. But yeah, this set is just absolutely marvelous. So if you were thinking to dip into core paints, if you haven't tried them before and you know that you love painting landscapes, then I can highly recommend this earth colors. You will not regret it because they just work beautifully together. Just yeah, it's a wonderful set and I love it dearly. And now let's move to the paper. So the first one is this sketchbook from Stillman and Byrne. And I have their, I believe, Better series. I only actually bought, okay, mostly I bought Better series. You know, the one with the blue cover for watercolors, because it's a very nice sketchbook, very sturdy. I also once tried the Alpha series and it wasn't that great. I mean, it's a great sketchbook, just didn't really work out for me, at least yet. And then I came across this Delta series because I wanted a small sketchbook and they didn't have Better series. But from what I understood, it's kind of the same, but the paper is slightly off-white. And in the beginning, I wasn't a fan of it, so it was actually lying on my shelf for quite a while. And yeah, as you can see in the beginning, there are actually even no sketches yet, so why is it my favorite? But I started, you know, just testing colors in the bag with different kinds of art supplies. Like here, I was watching, for example, the Rembrandt set, and I could already feel how amazing the paint flows and how the paper absorbs it. And it is such a joy. Even though I don't have actual sketches, I'm so looking forward to making sketches in the sketchbook because it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, just the way it absorbs watercolors. So it's just, yeah. As you can see, I have no words. I just think it's wonderful and I'm so looking forward to using it even more. My next art supply tool, or my next favorite art supply of 2023 was actually quite a surprise for me. But this is a sketchbook from Khadi or Khadi, I'm not sure how to pronounce. And why was it a surprise? And that's because I've tried Hardy paper on several occasions. I also have this painting with the cloud that I made. It was on Hardy paper, but I'm not a fan of their paper. It just doesn't work for me. It doesn't work out for me. It's difficult to control the paint, and I don't know, I just don't enjoy the feeling of it. And also I feel like it actually gets ruined rather quickly. So I don't think this is the paper for many layers. However, for whatever unknown reason, I have a completely different experience with the sketchbook because I just really wanted a small 100% cotton watercolor sketchbooks for situations when, you know, I just want to paint something quickly, wet on wet, like experiment. And I almost finished my Paul Rubens sketchbook with 100% cotton. So I wanted something new, and I also didn't want to use my fancy Hannah Muller sketchbook because I still love that one so very much that I'm scared to experiment in it. So there I paint neater sketches, while this sketchbook is purely for experimentation. And yeah, please ignore this page because this page is not meant to be painted on. There's like a, yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but this is actually not the paper itself. So you see it looks very bad. So then I just skipped this beginning and started painting here. And by the way, these are the Derwent Inktense paint pen set. Isn't that beautiful how they behave? And I don't know, it is a joy of, like, it's a joy to work with those paints, and it was a joy to paint in this sketchbook. I really enjoy it. I love the way it absorbs the water. But I do want to say that if you're planning to take it outside with you, what I've noticed about it, that it really holds the water for a long time, which on one hand is a good thing, but if you really want to make a quick wet on wet sketch, it might take a long time for you to wait till it dries. But again, depends on the climate. But other than that, it's beautiful because it does stay wet for a long time, so you can really work on your painting. And I think it's beautiful for practicing. And I also didn't notice any difference between two sides of the page, so it's absolutely two-sided, like the flow was the same, and I'm just enjoying it so very much. So that's definitely one of the best discoveries of this year, and I love using the sketchbook for my watercolor paintings. The next sketchbook was actually quite a surprise for me because I finally decided to give a go to the classical Moleskine sketchbook. And it was a surprise because my first acquaintance with Moleskine sketchbook was with their watercolor collection, and I don't know, it's bad, okay? It's really bad. I think for the money that you pay for that sketchbooks, that the quality that you get, I'm sorry, but it's rubbish. Like I was really not impressed, but I could see that people would be buying this sketchbook over and over and over again. I was like, okay, I will give it a go. And I do understand now why people like the sketchbook so much. For example, this, I don't know, it's just an experimentation paint. Please don't judge me based on this sketch. But here, first of all, there are like 5 layers of different mediums because I used nail colors here. I used Inktense pencils. I used watercolors. Yeah, I also, used a little bit of Posca pens. So, and then just handled it all. And it even didn't go through to another page. Like you can barely see any outline on the outside, even though here I just made, a drawing. So I was like, okay, now I understand. And the paper didn't get ruined or anything. It's just, it really took the beating. So if you want a sketchbook with really nice sturdy paper, I understand why many people choose the Moleskine. And yeah, it is actually very good, and I love experimenting right now with different mixed media, so it's perfect for that. So it made it to my favorite art supplies of 2023, even though I really didn't like its watercolor brother, so to say, sister. I don't know, but yeah, this classical Moleskine, I can actually recommend it if you are experimenting a lot with mixed media and you want to make sure that the paper is good enough. But then, ta-da! This is another sketchbook that I really wanted to show you. And yes, it's huge. It's like A4, I believe, size. And I just didn't want to buy a smaller one because I already had this one from Moleskine and I have other small sketchbooks, so it didn't make sense. But on the other hand, I really wanted to now experiment with like bigger sketchbooks and just bigger paintings in general. I've noticed that I'm going higher in the sizes of my paintings because it gives me more freedom to go into the details, even though they also take much longer time, obviously, but still. So I made for now one painting here, which I'm not going to show you because it's absolutely horrible, okay? It didn't work out. But that's besides the point. So it's a CY travel journal made for artists, 128 pages, 130... and by the way, art community question. We all say GSM, but I was thinking, when we have a liter or kilometers, we don't say co-m or L. Should we say, 130 grams just as a weight? Or 130 grams per square meter? I don't know, it's just a random thought, and English is not my first language, but I was just wondering all of a sudden, are we actually saying it correctly? Or we just all repeat each other and say 130 GSM? But I don't know, let me know what you think on this very controversial subject of how to say it correctly. But anyway, so this is a hardcover artist notebook. Plain off-white cartridge paper. And I don't know, they say cartridge paper, but when I think cartridge paper, it's not a very good quality cartridge paper. But this paper, it's, I don't know, because I actually wasn't even planning to buy this type of sketchbook. I wasn't thinking about it, but you know, there was a possibility to open it and to touch the paper, like they had a test sketchbook line there. And when I did it, it's just, I don't know, you just want to sit and paint on it. It's the most inspiring paper, the most inspiring sketchbook I ever met in my life. I don't know how else to explain the feeling, but it's just, it screams at me, please put some paint or drawing on me. And it also can, you know, take a beating, because I already experiment a little bit with acrylics. No priming, no gesso, just acrylics straight on, works perfectly. It's just fantastic. I don't think it would be good for watercolors, but you know, I haven't tried it yet, so don't know, but I don't think so. But acrylics, gouache, whatever else, mixed media you would like to use, I think the sketchbook would be very good for you. And there are so many pages. Look at it. There are so many pages that I can't wait. I can't wait to fill it with paintings and sketches and my experiments. I'm so excited about it. And I saw that some time ago, Lindsay Weilrich was doing it, the Frugal Crafter, where she suggested to use up the sketchbooks. And I'm actually thinking that maybe I should make it, you know, as a challenge for me for next year. I might fail because there are so many pages and I don't have that much time. But I was thinking actually to take maybe this sketchbook, let's say, and this sketchbook. So I have both watercolors and, you know, mixed media, and just to make sure that I fill them out next year. And yes, some people, they fill out those sketchbooks like very quickly, but it's not me, because like I said, I don't have that much time, unfortunately, for experimentation and playing around with my art supplies. But I think it could be fun. So what do you think? Have you ever done anything like it? Or you're just like very fast with your sketchbooks and you're done with them within 1 month? Because I'm not, and I also have a tendency to use many sketchbooks at the same time, which is, yeah, it's not bad, but it might not necessarily be good either, because I have so many sketchbooks lying around. But yeah, I love them. And yeah, this travel journal, like CY travel journal, is just, yeah, incredible. So I think if you get it, you will not be disappointed. It's absolutely beautiful. And I kept the cover just to make sure that I could show you, because I was so impressed. Like, okay, I need to keep it because it's just so great. Oh, and I think I forgot to show you, it also has a pocket in the back if you would like to use it. I rarely use them, but for some it is important. So yeah, just to let you know. And the last but not the least, my favorite, I don't know if it's like art supply or art supply tool of 2023, but this is this case from Expedition, and I use it as my travel case for my art supplies. And it is amazing. I have already used it several times. It became my like favorite go-to case, not only when I travel somewhere, but also when I just, you know, sit on the couch and I don't want to sit at the table and, you know, paint something there, but I want to paint something while I'm watching TV. So I'm just taking this and a sketchbook, and it's so comfortable. I can just paint right where I am. And I don't know, it has some magical properties, because you can fit, it feels like I can fit anything there. Like there's so much stuff in here, you wouldn't believe it. And yeah, it can really take in different tools. And if you're curious on what is it like inside and which art supplies I have chosen, then yeah, make sure that you watch my next video and I'll see you there. But for now, thanks for today and have a nice day. See you. Bye.